one of our focal points during the last review of National Australia Bank was on some Type A bearish divergence, both on the daily and weekly timeframes. Obviously, this is the daily chart, so price did make a higher high. Our divergence oscillator failed to confirm by making a lower high. That did trigger, and as can be seen, our oscillator has now worked its way into the oversold position, and we've also seen a little ABC correction to the downside. So technically, we are in a position to see at least a bounce. Now, I'm not overly convinced that our labelling is correct here. I have tentatively put wave 4 as being in position at these lower levels. The only thing I don't like about that, in fact, a couple of reasons. First of all, wave 4 coming down here has taken less time to unfold than wave 2, and generally wave 4 tends to be more of an elongated pattern, especially having seen a deep retracement down here. We should see something completely different, which keeps the door open for more of a triangle, maybe even a flat pattern to unfold. So if we do chop our way higher over the coming few sessions, it's quite likely that we are going to see further consolidation, perhaps seeing that triangle. That would be a very bullish proposition indeed. Would mean a little bit of sideways chop over the coming weeks, but this pattern following this strong trend would certainly be a bullish attribute, and then looking for another probe higher, at least to our target area just above this $36 region and potentially beyond. Really, the line in the sand here for me is the 38.2% retracement level. Wave 3 often hits that zone, sometimes a 50%, but I think in this case 50% would be seriously reason for concern. So 38.2%, as far as I want to see this stock go. Could continue down right here and now, not ideal. I'd like to see a little bit more of a sideways chop before these lower levels are tagged, if indeed they are going to be. So we'll just have to see what transpires here. The clue will be on how any rise unfolds. If we start to head higher in an impulsive fashion, then yes, wave 4 is certainly in position. If we start to just meander in this general region for a while longer, seeing overlapping wave structures, and it's quite likely that this corrective wave 4 is continuing to evolve, like I've said earlier, in that flat pattern or a triangle, but both portend to higher prices a little bit later down the track, once that retracement has done its dash. So if you are an aggressive trader, look right here and now, we do have a clear ABC correction to the downside. So if you like trading this type of setup, we are already in a position to see a leg higher. You could be very aggressive and use the trader's trick entry here, which basically means buying following a break above today's high and just keep the initial stop one tick beneath today's low. Very aggressive. But if we do have a wave 4 in position, the risk reward trade, especially if we tag this target area, is significant and certainly worthy. But like I say, not for the faint-hearted, definitely for the more aggressive trader only, especially with volatility increasing in the broader market. So looking reasonably good here. Like I say, keep a close eye on the price action. A decent close off the lows there today, but much will depend on whether we see an impulsive movement higher or choppy. If we do see a choppy move, definitely stand aside, wait for that flat pattern or triangle to work to a conclusion. Wave 4 will then be in position a little bit later down the track, and then we'll look for buying opportunity there.